Welcome back, Gadget EDC team. Mike here. And today we're going to find out if spending well over $100 on a flashlight is worth the spend. So we've got the Nitecore EDC-2 Niner. We're going to take this bad boy outside and field test it. Going to check all the different levels of Lumen capability to include that torch, which is extremely bright, by the way. We'll bring it back in and we'll do the close up. We'll go through all the functionality of it. We've got everything from multiple buttons to a lock to a pocket clip to a tie down that all came in one box. So really pumped up about this. Hopefully I save you some time and save you some money and tell you, hey, add this to your kit or not. I do want to thank everyone who subscribed to the channel. We just hit 50 subscribers. Look, I'm brand new to this, so this is really cool. So, hey, subscribe, share it with your friends and family, and I'll continue to keep pumping out these videos. Let's get after it. Okay, Gadget EDC team, we are at home in our backyard jungle environment, and I just wanted to orient you to the area that we're going to light up with our new flashlight. And as you can see, there's a few things that we can actually orient the light on. So we'll walk back here and we've got, our pond here in the back. So we'll be able to shine some light there. We've got a significant tree here kind of near the edge of the wood line that we'll be able to light up. We've also got another tree back here, and you probably can't see it on my angle now, but we've got a significant bird nest up there that we might be able to shine some light on. So, I've got thanks to the kids, got some stuff back here. So we'll mount this tennis ball up in this tree here. So we'll lock that in there and see if that's another item that we can kind of see if we can get some light on, at the different levels that's provided. So yeah, pumped up. Let's see exactly how this looks when we have the sun go down. All right, see you then. Okay, so I got a second angle here for you, a little bit of a longer angle. So you kind of saw directly off my garage, we've got that pond and a couple of large trees, but you'll definitely want to get a shot for distance as you kind of see the length of my yard going into the neighbor's yard. You've got the swing set over there, as you probably can see. I got a gazebo here that we can light up, but really I want to put this Nitecore EDC-2 Niner to the test and see, especially with that torch at 6,500 lumen, that's going to be super intense as we try to get that going. And I'll tell you folks, I've tested it just, for 3 or 4 seconds and it gets hot. So just a disclaimer to folks that buy this light, this flashlight, be careful. You definitely can burn a hole in your pants. But yeah, looking forward to the sun going down and seeing exactly how far out we can get the bright light going. So until then, man, stay tuned. All right, Gadget EDC team, we are back at it again. And yeah, it's nice and dark out here. Unfortunately, behind the house, we do have a street light, but I still think we have a good pitch of darkness out here that we can shine some light into. So I'll give you all a little bit of a taste of the 15 lumen. You've got that right up under my face. Not too bad. I don't feel it too much in the eyes, but yeah, 15 lumen there. So we're going to go ahead and kick off with the 15 lumen setting and see exactly, how we're looking out here. So you all can kind of see, very similar to when we were testing out our Temu grab with some of those lights. Not too powerful. We're looking back out over at the pond over here to the right. We pointed out the big tree for orientation when it was light. And then coming over here to the larger tree here off on the left. And we've got a nest up top. So that's at 15 lumen. We can go ahead and kick it up to 100 lumen. And now we're starting to get some brightness in here that you can, realistically see. So again, we'll rotate over to the pond. We're starting to see some of the features, some of the tubing over there, along with, we've got a power box, and then back out to the large tree, which, yeah, we're getting a good shot of that. And now we can kind of start seeing that tennis ball that I set there in the bush back there. Swinging back over to the large tree, getting good light on that, really good light up top on that nest up there. So 100 lumens, this is not bad at all. So really pleased with that. Now we're kicking it up to 400 lumens. Yes, really bright. So let me swing back over to the pond, even more features that are very relevant and significant as we look back over there. We're going back to the big tree and going all the way up the big tree. That thing is shining bright, even with that street light up there. And then swinging back over, we can definitely see the tennis ball we stuck in the bush. And then coming back to our big tree here in the back, going up. And now, I mean, we're catching not just the tree trunk, but all the leaves associated on the side. And boom, that nest is up there, bright and easily visible. So yeah, super pleased, man. And crazy that we have more levels to go. So now we're kicking up to 1200 lumen. So man, this is lighting up the whole driveway, to be honest with you. And hopefully the camera's capturing this in a nice vivid way. But now we're even seeing kind of the water stains on the cement out there, kicking up to the pond. Man, absolutely lit up as if it was daylight. Looking really good over there. Let's go back to the big tree. Now we're catching big tree, all leaves, man, all the way up, all branches. And then, yeah, that tennis ball to me is clear as day. Once I do some editing, I'll try to get a graphic on where that tennis ball is, just in case we forgot where I stuffed it. And then coming back over here to the left, here we go. Back up. Yeah, catching the whole tree and everything associated with it. And boom, checking back in with that nest up there. So man, that's a powerful one. And then next we've got, so 1200 lumen actually is the highest you can go without hitting basically like that turbo button. But what we'll do, we'll get it back out to 1200 just so that we can see the difference at the highest levels. So we'll concentrate on the pond and then we'll push down the opposite button to get the 6500 lumen. Look at that. Now that's intense. 6500 lumen on the pond. This thing is lighting everything up. And remember, you probably only get a max of 10 seconds. There's actually a ticker on here that, once we get to the part of the video where we do the close up, I'll show you the ticker that will go down. But, 1200 lumen and then boom, we're out to 6500 lumen. Limited time on this. So another thing to be aware of too is this light gets extremely hot. So we will kick off the 6500 on all of the different parts of the orientation of the back area. So again, large tree going all the way up, large tree, we'll let the timer kick back up, and right now we're at 2500 lumen. We'll kick back up to 6500. Oh, we can see that tennis ball clear as day coming back. And this thing is really starting to get hot, by the way. So I'll probably have to stop filming here in a little bit, just to let that thing cool off. So just a warning to everyone, you use that kind of turbo torch button, be judicious with it, in case of emergency, or if you really need to light something up, that's probably the best time to use it. But hey, I've used it like 2 or 3 times now, and the flashlight is definitely hot. And then we did it again here on the closest tree that we picked out before. So yeah, man, 2500 lumen, we're back down to 15, and then we're up to 2500. So yeah, man, this is, I'm going to say, definitely worth the coin. And again, pond, tree, small bush with the tennis ball, and then we've got the nearest tree here. We will switch over and go to the long view and see how that view looks. Okay, team, we're on our second view. I'm actually going to sit in front of the camera. We'll see if you can see me flashing right here. But hopefully you can get a good angle of the light, coming out of the Nitecore EDC-2 Niner. So as you saw when it was light of day on the long view, we had the gazebo off to the left. We had a series of, large trees directly to our 12 o'clock and some bushes off to, say, like the 1 o'clock or, 12:30, 1 o'clock off to the right. But even beyond that, got the neighbors a swing set, and then even the neighbors some trees over there as well. But let's kick this off with, we'll go down to 15 lumen just so you can see kind of what's being lit up. And obviously this one's more for, close encounter, whether you're getting out of the bed middle of the night, need a quick light or something like that. Very usable indoors, isn't going to blind anyone. For outdoors, just really close proximity. We're kicking up to 100 lumens now, so definitely much brighter. And there's a huge difference between that 15 and 100. And I imagine, even the effects on the battery are going to be significant too. But as we can see, we've got the tree here up close. We're looking at some of the foliage off here to our right, large tree. We got that large tree to our 12 o'clock, really able to go all the way up and down. It'll be funny, man, if my neighbor comes out, he'll be like, man, what's that spotlight going on? And then all the way down, you can, get out to the swing set and then see some of the trees beyond the swing set too. So yeah, that one's 100 lumen, kicking up really nice. Next up, we're going to go 400 lumen. Now we're getting super bright, man. So was going up and down the big tree here off on my left. Again, looking at foliage off to the right. I got some golf balls back here. Large tree directly to the 12 o'clock. And again, really able to shine all the way up. And let me kick that off while I have a car coming by. Oh, we're good. Able to shine all the way up. And then boom, like we're really catching some details beyond that swing set back there into those trees. And probably my neighbor sees that. So I'm just going to wait for him to pop outside and laugh at him. So that was at 400 lumen. And now we're going to kick off 1200. So this should be extremely bright. Boom, look at that. And man, for like law enforcement and, first responders, man, this thing is gold, especially, just all the weird places that they have to go to and either find people who, might be looking for people to rescue, that kind of thing. Oh man, this thing is money. 100% recommendation for law enforcement and first responders. And look at the detail we're getting beyond that swing set back there. And I don't know if you guys, hopefully you can see it coming out of this torch, from the view that I have the camera at. But man, that's booming. So we're back again we'll come back down to 1200 lumen. Again, really lighten it up out here in the backyard. But we're going to go all the way out as far as we can get it. And here we go, 6,500 lumen. Let's see what we got. Oh man, look at that. Lights everything up in its path, man. That is absolutely amazing. And we'll wait for it to go off, and there it did. That was probably around 10 seconds of light. So it does have a timer. And again, we'll show that once we go through, the features and the up close look at this thing. So yeah, but no, love it, man. This is great. Just one more look at the torch at 6,500 lumen. It'll automatically go off. All right, folks. Well, the dog is barking at me. My neighbor didn't come out, but he is a first responder, so I thought it would have been cool to actually share that with him. But no, guys, I'm really pleased with the Nitecore EDC29. Recommend buy, even though we haven't got to the final part of the video. So spoiler alert, I say buy it. All right, man, we're going to take it back inside, check out the features. Okay, team. So we've got the Nitecore EDC29. And the first thing that you'll notice is the ultra slim and flat design. Unlike your typical cylindrical flashlight, this one's designed for the pocket. However, remember the disclaimer about the heat that this thing can, start getting to once you use that 6,500 lumen piece there. But yeah, without bulging or rolling off of surfaces, this makes this a very much an ideal must-have for EDC carriers here. So it's made from aluminum alloy, keeping it lightweight, but absolutely durable. If we switch over here to, where the magic actually happens, and you know what, let me put the lock on because you just saw the light flash, right? So it's equipped with dual high performance LEDs, and these are UHI 20 max LEDs that give it that max output of 6,500 lumens. It's got a max throw of 400 meters. And we absolutely saw that while we were outside, absolutely amazing. So the amount of light that comes out for something this size is totally worth the money that you spend. You're a little over $100 for this, but because of the total reflective optics or TRO lenses here, the beam is wide and evenly distributed, making it perfect for journal use, not just for long distance spotlighting. So as we talked about while we were outside, must have for first responders for sure. But even if you're just getting up in the middle of the night, kick off 15 lumen to find your way around in the dark, this is perfect. Let me turn the lock off here and we'll start looking at the multifunctional OLED display that we have here. Very simple, but effective. We've got two separate buttons. So we've got the power button that has functionality for half press and hard press. And then we've got the customizable button that's where you're going to get your 6,500 lumen torch. And I'll also show you, they've got basically two versions. So there's the Lumen Shield, which you hard press this. That's going to be your 6,500 torch. And then there's also the Surge Spotlight. So if you've got this on the semi-lock, which we'll walk through here in a little bit, you press this button here and you will get a 3,000 lumen light, which they are calling Surge. So really impressive. I'll walk through some of the safety features first. So we've got this button here off on the side. We flip that up and that's giving us, as you will see there, we're trying to turn the light on. Nothing's happening. So, and just to prove it, we'll go like that. And you'll see it's going to say full lock. So that pops up when you try to use the function of the light. So full lock is in effect, and effectively the light is not functional no matter what buttons that you hit. Now, if we want to go into semi-lock, so as I mentioned, there's the 3000 lumen function. And what you do here is you got to hold down, or you can hold this down, half press, but also hard press here and then up. And now we're on semi-lock. And yeah, we'll do that again so you can see how, let that camera zoom in a little bit. So we're trying to use the regular light function. As you can see, power button, it's popping up semi-lock. But as I mentioned, and I'll try not to add too much brightness to the camera, but with the customizable button, that's where we're getting into the spotlight. So that's the 3000 lumen, and that thing was starting to get hot already. So, probably the one downside of this flashlight is this piece is going to get extremely hot when you're using the customizable button. So just be aware of that. Be careful. And honestly, I would not recommend keeping something like this in your pocket. Again, for us EDC folks, we're creatures of habit. So as you start, doing your everyday carry and where you carry certain things, in the heat of the moment, like when you really need that stuff, your body's going to essentially follow the habits that you've created, whether that's taking things on and off or utilizing them, when you need them. That's your body's creating natural habits. So let's just say, hey, you needed that spotlight. And all of a sudden, you put that back in your pocket just based off of habit. You're looking at burning a hole in clothes and you're looking at burning your skin. So can't say that enough. We move over to the other side. So it's got a USB-C charger port here. Definitely charged very fast. I hooked this up and had no issue charging it. I didn't really take a time on what the charge was, but again, was really surprised at how quick I got right back to full charge. And one thing I do want to show you all, which is interesting as it has to do with the actual battery life. We'll take that lock off. And so what's interesting is, as we showed outside, there's the different levels, 1200 lumen, 15 lumen, 100 lumen, and 400 lumen. But as we look here closely, let's take it back down to 15 lumen. It will actually tell you how much time you have to utilize that level of light. And we've got that light on right now. So as you saw on there, 15 lumen, 47 minutes, and I'm sorry, 47 hours and 27 minutes. So, at full charge, it's claiming to give you 61 hours straight of effective light if you were to just leave it on 15 lumens. So let's kick it up a level. We're going to 100 lumens. Now we have 9 hours and 55 minutes. And at full charge, it's claiming 13 hours. If we were just to leave this light on. Now, once we go up, that's where we start seeing a drop off. Now we've got 2 hours and 3 minutes, at the 400 lumen level, and we'll kick it up one more. We've got 1 hour and 28 minutes. And again, I just have my finger here down by the light and it started heating up. I could feel it and I removed my finger. And that's just for the 1200 lumens. So again, we've got an issue here with heat. Just got to keep an eye on that. But 1 hour, 28 minutes. And, at 1200 lumens, you're going to get a total of 2 hours at full capacity. So thought that was really cool feature there. We talked about the pocket clip. Again, I think this is probably better. And let me go ahead and turn this thing off and lock it. So probably better for, outside of the kit wearing action here. Again, just with the culpability of this thing getting extremely hot, I would put this on the outside somewhere, like so on your backpack, either shoulder straps, or you're putting it on the side of your kit, whether that's backpack or or anything else, but keep this away from your skin and away from anything internal as far as clothes are concerned. So as we keep moving along with this kit, we did get the 550 cord here with a clip. Now I will say, though this thing isn't going to roll away if you put it down on surfaces, this is an expensive light. So I'd say, hey, if you're not going to use this tie down, you'll create a tie down that works best for you. I think for me, it's all dependent on, what my loadout looks like. If I'm going tactical and, we're doing some night fire or something like that, I'll probably want this to be a tad bit longer so that, I can do as much maneuvering as I can, whether that's looking at the weapon and or looking at kit as we're camping out or something like that. But I think I think this is absolutely reasonable for what's provided. Again, as we talked about in previous videos, when you're dealing with 550 cord, you'll look at some of these ends here and definitely take a lighter and burn this to get this stuff to melt so that it doesn't come unraveled. So I think smart of Nitecore to provide this tie down here. So, hey, I will have to say that if we're going to switch back and talk about final verdict here, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. As you saw on the video where I was outside, if you are in law enforcement or search and rescue, first responders, you name it, man, you got to have the Nitecore EDC29 in your kit. I think it's a must have. I think it's 100% worth the money. I got mine just under $99 with signing up for a newsletter and getting a 10% off discount. But hey, I'll leave the link in the description. Go in there, check this out. I endorse this 100%, and this is going to go into my kit. I'll probably buy more than one of these. I'd love to have one in each of our vehicles just in case of an emergency. I think even with the 15 Lumen, having one on my nightstand, and then for all other things, having one of these in your kit is perfect. So you can't go wrong with having more than one of these. So, hey folks, an easy 10 out of 10. Really enjoyed it this time. See you all in the next one. Gadget EDC out.